Hi, love. My name is Helly, Princess Helly. We got a rebrand going on. Princess Helly, the princess of alignment, here to help you align with your soul and actually manifest your dreams into reality. Okay. I used to say, and this is the rebrand, I used to say, hi, my name is Helly. This is guided by Helly. I'm guiding you to your dream reality, as if I was taking you to a place. Okay. And I realized even those words were lies. I don't want to say lies, but they were confusing. They were very confusing. And the thing is that I'm going to ever evolve and tweak the words that I'm saying so that I can actually help people live in their dream reality. It's so important. It's not about me and the show that I'm putting on and how entertaining it is. It is that I am communicating properly. Okay. And we are not being guided to our dream reality. We are aligning with what is within our higher self, which I already have a problem with that. We'll talk about it. Our soul. Aligning with your soul, aligning with who you truly are, being true self, which is above love, authenticity, being true self, is the vibration, the highest vibration that will attract all of your dreams to you. All of your dreams come from the inner self in the first place. Okay? Wow. The reason you even desire anything is because it is who you truly are. We then are gifted this mind and this body that think and do and feel and experience this human experience, right? We were gifted, our soul was gifted these two things, and now we identify with them. We are identifying with this like avatar. It's as if you're literally identifying with the car that you're driving. We need to rebrand the identity. This is the rebrand. It's all coming. I'm rebranding my YouTube channel. I'm rebranding my identity, and not in the way that people are talking about, but in the true way. I am actually fully understanding that my soul is self. When people talk about higher self, it's not higher, it just is self. And because so many people think, again, the problem, think that self is the mind and the stories that we tell ourselves, if we're telling ourself stories, who are we telling it to? The mind is telling the story to the soul, and the soul is always, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. There might be little nuggets in here, and I'm not going to actually cut anything out. 2026, we're not cutting things out. We are just saying and receive what is meant for you and leave the rest. Okay? I forgot what I was saying, but I know what I'm supposed to say. When people talk about self-concept, they oftentimes approach it from the mind again. Okay, they approach it with the mind and they say, okay, so my current mind sees myself as maybe I'm like, I'm not ambitious. I'm not taking care of myself, blah, 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 blah. So I want to rebrand into let me take a breath. I want to rebrand into an ambitious woman who goes after everything that she's ever wanted and achieves everything, right? I'm thinking about this rebrand. I'm going to create a new identity, and then I'm going to think my way into that person. And then I'm going to and then we just continue to think and think and think and think and think. And think and think and think. When the thinking is not going to get you into your dream reality. Okay? The rebrand, the true identity shift, needs to be going from the mind, where we are identifying with all of these thoughts that we tell ourselves and all these stories about the past and about what is going to happen and about who we are. Take our identity out of the mind and plug it back into the soul. The higher self that I was talking about, which it's not the higher self, it is the only self. Plug back into the only self, which is the soul. When you plug into the soul, then, sorry, I need to fix my hair. When you plug into the soul, then you can observe the mind. And you're like, wow, I have so many thoughts every single day. Self, has so many thoughts. I have the thoughts. It's not that I am the thoughts. I'm having these thoughts. I have so many thoughts and I'm observing all of them. And a lot of them are really silly. A lot of them are like some of them are offensive, right? Some of my thoughts are offensive. I'm just so many thoughts, but they are not me. That's not my identity. That inner knowing, that intuition, that is who you are. People who have all these inspirations and all these ideas, and let's say you're trying to find the next idea that's going to get you $1 million. Your mind is trying to think about the next idea that's going to get you exactly what you want, that's going to get you into the dream. You're going to think your way. No. When you get back into self, when you get back into spirit, soul, self, when you get back into spirit, you will be inspired. You will be flowing with all of these ideas that are going to get you to your dream life when you are in spirit, when you identify with soul and get out of your mind. Do you see how insane that tiny shift, when you go from identifying with the mind to just observing it and identifying with true self? People call it your higher self. You don't have to get there. You don't have to get to the alignment with your higher self. You just have to remember that is who you are. Higher self, it's not a journey. It's not a destination. It's there. It just is. You just have to forget what the mind has told you. Shed what the mind has told you who you are. Walk away and walk into self, into spirit. Be inspired. That's when the inspiration comes. That's when the $1 million idea comes. That's when everything starts to flow. That's when you wake up and realize you don't need anything. It's all within. And the mind is going to jump in and it's going to say, wait, but I want all these things and I'm going to tell you something that you don't want to hear. When you are actually living in your dream reality, you will not be attached to the car and the money and the places and the things and what it looks like to other people. When you truly are in your happiest dream reality, it's not going to be stimulating. It's not going to be this overly exciting place and I have $1 billion and I can go spend it how I want. You are going to be at peace. And you're going to realize that everything you have is already here. I have absolutely everything that I need. I have such incredible support systems around me. I don't even need a support system because my highest self, my inner being, just is at peace. Just is. Have you ever heard when people say, like somebody tells a story about like they died, like their body died, their mind died, and they went back to self and they were like, everything just felt good. I was just in love. I loved everything. I realized that I was everything. That's the truth. The monks that are walking, that are trying to remind you to get back to self and inner, that's the truth. You just are love. You just are peace. And you were given a mind and a body to experience this life and come to earth and play. Come to earth and play. Not come to earth and suffer. Not come to earth and identify with the mind and forget the soul. No, 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 no. And I'm going to get extra right now, but that's the psyop. That's like the conspiracy of it all, where they want you to forget who self truly is. So then you're desperate and you're suffering and you got to go buy the next thing. You got to go buy to feel good. You got to reach out of self to feel good. And they line their pockets with it. Instead of that, instead of being desperate and seeking outside of self and buying, seeking stimulation, You can find self. You can remember self. That's a better way to put it. You can remember self. Remember who you are and be at peace. It's free. It's free. That would mean you don't have to go on this journey and achieve all this stuff so that you can get the highest income, so you can afford all the things. You're free from that. You're free from the bondage. And look how cute my room still is. I love to play. This is the playing. The Chanel bags. That's the playing. But I get it. Enjoy. I enjoy it. Enjoy. Not in desperation, not in seeking, not in a high, not in a fix, not in a drug way. So many people are addicted to the things that they're just supposed to play with. They're addicted to them. It's the bondage. They're addicted to it. Why? Because they're identifying with the mind. And the mind will bring you suffering, because what does the mind do? The mind will think. And the mind is going to think. It's gonna think no matter what. I mean, you were gifted this thing that's just going to think, right? You were gifted this thing that is just going to think, right? So it's going to do that. It's going to keep thinking. But when you just observe it instead of identifying with it, it doesn't tell you who you are anymore. This is what I wanted to say. When you are thinking about two things. You are thinking about the past, and you're thinking about what has happened. And maybe you're thinking about good things, but sometimes we're thinking about bad things. We're thinking about bad things that have happened in the past. I'm thinking about it. The mind is doing what the mind does. Not bad, not good, just doing it. Thinking about the past. And that brings me so much anxiety and depression, because I'm thinking about what has happened. And then not only that, not am I thinking about what has happened, now I'm thinking, oh my God, even more of what could happen. Oh my God, anxiety. I'm thinking about what is going to happen. I'm actually going into the past and I'm pulling from all the worst things that have happened, and I'm using that to predict what is going to happen. And this is the manifesting that people try and do, where they try and control those thoughts, and they say, I'm only going to have good ones then. I'm only going to think good thoughts. And then that means that I love myself. I love myself because I'm thinking good thoughts, and I have trained my mind so well. We don't even think about bad thoughts anymore. We don't think them anymore. I have self-love. I have acquired this thing outside of me, I've acquired it now because I only think good thoughts about myself. I have trained myself so well. I have forced repetition, repeat affirmations. I think good about myself now, therefore I love myself. That's one way to think about it. But you know what the truth is? The soul is the truth. The soul is that, and the truth about the soul, is that it just is love. It just is love. That's why when people die, they say, I just felt love. They felt their soul finally, because the mind went away. The body went away. They were in their soul only. They were left with their soul, which is always love. Which is always love. You don't have to find the self-love. You don't have to repeat over and over and over how much you love yourself in the mind to love self. You just do. Surprise. You're not having to seek the self-love. You're not having to seek anything. You're not seeking. You just are love. Period. And the mind is going to jump in and try and rationalize this. And it's going to try and put it in its terms. Okay. Let it. The let them theory should just be used for the mind. Your mind is going to run. Let it. You have the ability to quiet it. You know, in the way that our body needs water. It needs food. It needs fuel. It needs exercise. Our body. Our mind needs meditation. Our mind needs meditation. Your mind would do less of the chattering, less of the running, less of the chaos. You would observe less chaos in the mind if you meditated. This is something that I have recently discovered that has helped me understand this concept. Like, if you're still with me and you're not fully grasping it, try this on, okay? Drink some water real quick. And I'm not cutting my videos anymore. I'm not editing. Like, this is just going, okay? Because everything is intentional. I feel I am in spirit. I am my soul. I'm speaking from my soul right now. Everything is intentional. Every pause, every breath, every... Everything is intentional. So, maybe I'll cut out some of the phlegminess. If there is a cut, it's because I'm making weird noises in my throat, and that's it. I don't think there's any intention with that. But when you realize, or when you, this is an analogy. I have ADHD. I love a good analogy, so I'm gonna share that analogy. When you think of self, you are the mother, right, of this family, and you have 2 children. You have a son and you have a daughter. Your son is your mind. Thinking all day. So hyper. Just like thinking all day. Thinking crazy things. Have you ever seen a little boy and he's like telling all these stories and he's telling lies? He doesn't even know they're lies yet. He's just saying things. He's just talking about, he's like, when I was older, I had a motorcycle and blah, 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 blah. The mind is going to go. That's your son. Remember, you are the mother, the soul. You also have a daughter. Your daughter is your body. That's where the emotion is experienced. You feel things in the body. We store emotion in the body that also can manifest into chronic illness in the body, right? Your daughter is the body or the emotion. Your son is the mind. You are the mother. The kids are going to play all day. While we're here on earth, we were gifted these children. They're going to play all day. Observe them. Let them. Let them theory. Let them play. Don't become them. Don't become the child. Don't regress into child. Stay in your motherhood. Observe them. When you observe, things do start to quiet down. You know, like when you're a kid and you think your mom isn't watching, you're being a little bit more crazy than you would if your mom was standing right there. That's what's going on when you are identifying with the children. The mother is stepping out of the room and the children are running around, being all crazy, having a time. Step into the room. Remember, you are mother, period. Just are. You are mother. Start observing them. Watch them more. Pay more attention to them. They will organically, naturally calm down. They will organically, naturally calm down. And that's also the most beautiful thing about manifestation, is that it organically, naturally happens. The more Zen you become, the more you live in your dream reality. It just naturally happens. It's organic. Letting go of things that no longer serve you is really the only thing we have to do. And that's not even a doing. It's just a stop repeating the old stories. The mind is going to try and repeat and hold on to this. And especially that ego is strong. Those stories that you've identified with for so long, the trauma. I was somebody who every time I met someone, I had to, hi, my name is Helly and I've been through this, and this, because that's me. I am my traumas. No, I'm not. And I never was. It was a mistaken identity. I was always the soul. I was always love, unconditional love. That intuition, that person that I wanted to be, that higher self that I was seeking, chasing, finding, it was just me. And I just had to rebrand, re-identify, honestly, authentically identify. Actually identify as self, higher self, only self, spirit, inspired. And that is the natural, that's all we need to know about manifestation. That's it. You need to just be self, true self. Get in spirit. You will be inspired. those $1 million ideas will come. You've had them before. You've been in spirit. This is why you understand what I'm saying, because you've had these experiences before. You've been in spirit before, and you were inspired. You have proof. You have the proof. I'm not saying anything new. I'm not, aha, I know. No, you know. We know, because we are one. But see, now I'm doing a lot. Okay, we'll talk about unity and oneness another time. But I am going to continue to repeat this because this is all we need to know. All the other methods, all the other gotta do, gotta this, gotta that, all the otherness, those are the things that are no longer serving us that we can organically let go. I give myself permission to let that go. The soul, motherhood, stepping into true motherhood. Mother. That's it. That's all. And then everything comes in. But that's the order of operations. That's PEMDAS. You gotta be in motherhood, in spirit, and you will be inspired. The $1 million ideas will come. And that is all I have to say. So, with that being said, I love you so much, and go ahead, like, subscribe, follow, do all the stuff and things, and I will see you guys the next time I'm in spirit and inspired to speak. Love you.